Greetings. Hi, Stacy Patrice here on day 5 of the Countdown to Clarity. And I'm just going to put it out there right now. I'm tired. I'm tired. As you can hear, I am somewhat hoarse and comes from a number of things. One of it is not really getting adequate rest, obviously. Another piece of it is I've been to a couple of parties / concerts this week, performances, and in my excitement, I have not considered my voice as the valuable tool that it is beyond what was happening in that performance, wanting to scream, wanting to enjoy and share my energy with the people in the space, knowing that really being quiet and just observing might have been a better strategy, considering that I am doing these videos on a daily basis. However, it's still a countdown to clarity, even though I'm not clear right now of why I feel like this and, what I can do about it. I know that what I can do about it is share from where I am, share from the space I'm in right now. What I want to talk about and what I feel is most pressing from my heart right now is just the power that you can embody when you decide to tell your story. And I realized that my biggest dream and my biggest goal is to have a larger platform from which to talk to people, encourage people, empower people to be everything that they feel inside and show people the directions in which they can go just from the thoughts, the dreams, the ideas and experiences that they're having. And so I tend to coach around this idea, personal empowerment, how to use your spiritual self in order to activate your life, how to use and utilize and listen to indicators within your everyday life that speak to why it is that you're having the experiences that you're having. And not that you're the only person having them, but you are definitely having them. And it's so interesting when you just flow what happens. Yesterday I was in a flow. I had a series of things in the last week that before I even started the series that I just said, Stacy, just do it. Nike, just do it. And here I am procrastinating, trying to make something more, perfect, more presentable, kind of doing these things that really, stifle not only my creativity, but, that flow. If you have this bottleneck and you have the bottleneck is your, creative current. Imagine it as a bottle. And in the neck of the bottle, you have, this creative well from the bottom of the bottle, and then the neck where all the ideas flow out into whatever the new capacity is. And let's say you have 10 ideas in there because you're a visionary and you're creative and you're very inspired and in tune, and these ideas just keep cropping up. And you believe that you have to do all 10, not by yourself necessarily, but that they're ideas for you to carry forth. So maybe you have pregnancy dreams. Maybe if you're a man, you have dreams that, there's some woman carrying your baby and you don't know who she is. Or you see symbols where you find that you're taking, someone says, oh, this next project you're going to be working on for 9 months. This could be at work, or all these little different indicators and symbols that happen that make you say, man, it sure feels like I'm pregnant. Like, it sure feels like I'm about to have a baby, and we laugh at that. But what we don't realize is that every project, everything we take on does have its own gestation period, even if we're not aware of it, even if we're not tracking or making a diary of how long something takes. We are indeed gestating ideas all the time. Those creative folks, those entrepreneurs, and even those who, have ideas in their own personal life, whether they're for profit or not. We are constantly in gestation for different things. And if I have 10 ideas, I have to know that each of those 10 ideas each have their own gestation period. That I can be gestating several ideas at the same time. I'm going to liken this to a woman who's pregnant with 10 babies. God bless her. But if she's pregnant with 10 babies, she has 10 babies in her womb. They're all gestating simultaneously, which means they are sharing resources, space, energy. Whatever it is that she has is being split upon those 10. And that says to me that she has to take a heightened sense of care of herself so that all of those babies get the love, attention, nurturing, and resources that they each need to live their own life. So this is essentially what I'm saying. So yes, you can have 10 ideas at the same time. You can have focus of saying, I'm pregnant and my goal is to have these babies. But you have to know that even if you are pregnant with 10 babies, or if you have 10 pregnancies, you have to know that you can only have one baby at a time. So they're going to, come out of the passage one at a time. And this is what, to me, I'm noticing is what focus is. It's not saying pick one thing and cut off everything else. Stacy, you can only do one thing. I think I would pass out if someone said that to me. I don't know what to do in my life and just do one thing. But I do know how to do one thing at a time. And I've been working that muscle, my goodness, to really try and do one thing at a time. And these videos have been testing me. Honestly, they have been testing me. Not from what I'm sharing at all. It's the rendering period of getting the videos up, because I don't know how to talk for 3 minutes and cut it off. And I feel like cutting the message short is cutting the audience short. Brevity is beautiful, but when you flow and you say something powerful that comes from some place that is inspired, you just need to get it out. Just get it out, say it, do it, feel it, experience it, and cut, move on. And the same goes with, any other creative process. So right now, there's a lot of new going on, and I asked for it and it's here. And so I have to step up to that. At the same time, having things neat, organized, and structured is not my forte, but it's something that I definitely have to keep these 10 babies in full capacity of the resources that are available. And so I am finding that these are all super important things. If you would ask me to cut any one of them, I would tell you I can't right now, because I have started all of them and all of them are important. So I talk with people that are coaches. I talk with, my spiritual advisors, my family, my mother, people who are more grounded than I am, who are not in the visionary realm all of the time, that can see just what's happening right here. And what I've noticed is that you have logic and you have vision. And some people would say you have logic and you have faith. Well, I think faith is a part of vision. And what I'm noticing is that in the seen and the unseen world, logic is for the seen world. It's for saying, I'll pay this bill instead of that one. Or I will make sure my bills are paid on time. Or to say, I think I need to put some gas in my car because my tank is close to E and I have a long trip. That is where you use logic. I'm not going to ask this person to do something with me in collaboration because they've already shown me who they are, and that's not a compatible point. I've already experienced that. I have the insight on that, and I don't want that to come into the scene, so I'm going to use my logic to say no at that juncture that I'm being asked. And so faith and vision is for the unseen. Maybe there's something that you're drawn to in another person. You don't know why, but they're offering something to you. And you say, you know what, I'm just going to have faith that it's all going to work out. That means you've already placed yourself next to the intention and you've said, these two are working in unison. So me and my intention are going to cause something beautiful to happen from this situation. Some people would say that's not logical, and you say, right, because that is not the operating system that you're using to manifest. To manifest, you are using faith, you are using vision, you are using intuition, you are using perception, you are using feeling. You're using all of these yin qualities, all of these soft skills, so that this idea can be fertilized. If you incorporate the yang or the yang energy of logic, this hardcore analytical A plus B equals C in the manifestation realm, that will work for certain aspects of it. For instance, capitalism is a form of logic. It is a form of business. It is not concerned with the visionary aspect. However, the visionary aspect can help to enhance capitalism. It can help to enhance the ability to be able to make money doing something you love. So you have to find where your drive and your passion is, but I encourage you to use only the aspect that is relevant to whatever phase of this gestation you are in, whatever component of the gestation needs a solution, and not to try and apply a logic to your dreams. Applying logic to your dreams does indeed hinder and restrict your dreams, but applying logic to a business plan as to how you best carry out your dreams makes sense. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So right now I'm in the phase of trying to seed through all the things I'm interested in. And instead of having a strategy of, oh my goodness, this is what I want to be doing forever, so I'm just doing this for money, and I'm just doing this for enjoyment, and I'm just doing this because someone asked me, I have condensed all of that. And I have said, the things that I am doing because I want to be of service. They are needed. I enjoy them. And because of the quality of the service that I'm looking to provide, my time is valuable and I have to charge accordingly. It doesn't mean that there are not alternatives when there is passion. If you're following me, sometimes we forget our own gifts. We forget that our own qualities, our own cultural capital, our own sense of passion can make things that wouldn't ordinarily happen. This is what I mean again by using faith and those soft skills to bring the unseen into the scene. If we're looking at the scene and saying, oh, well, this costs $1,000. I have 20. I guess I can't have it. That is very logical. And just because it's logical doesn't make it true. I have seen something that has cost several $1,000s, maybe over $5,000. I have not had the $5,000, but I got what was the $5,000 worth. And I got all the quality that came with it. And with my passion and with who I am, I gave something that was equivalent to that $5,000 for that service. Probably paid over the equivalent of that cash and maybe did more than what that cash could do. But that is how you take your world and you change it and alchemize it so that it provides for you what it is that you have intended for it. If you don't have an intention for anything, you don't really see that drive to go ahead and do that. Like some people will call and ask me for quotes for things, and I know they're just quote checking. They have no intention on paying what I ask them. And what that experience is saying to me when someone is quote checking is that they're just operating in logic. That's all they're operating in. And so I can only talk to them in logic because they want facts, figures, numbers, stats, examples, references, dot, 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 dot. And that's the world they don't even like, but they operate in that world when it comes to something they do like, something they do want. I would love to have the house of my dreams, but you know what? I'm sitting over here, do. And they're scared that their underdeveloped intuition possibly is not going to guide them where they can be and feel safe and feel powerful and still have what they want without having to do what they believe they would have to do. And I'm here to tell you, for those of you that are interested, you can have whatever it is that is a priority to you. We each have a source of income. Some of us have multiple streams of income. And we make choices every second about what is valuable, what is necessary, what is non-negotiable about our income. And we also do that with our joys, our hobbies, our dreams. What maybe should happen now, or maybe never mind, that's not a good idea. Whatever it is that I'm deciding to do is valuable, is important, and can happen with or without anyone's participation, in the face of adversity, in the face of you'll never be able to do that, in the face of it's never been done before. It can happen. And I think that this is the area that I like to empower people in. If you want to be in that space where you just realize and say to yourself, I think that I'm in a position to be able to have what I want, have what I need, then your job at that point is to find out what you need to do to get it. And I mean that in the sense of your patience, your growth, your self-worth, your process. Offer yourself. Offer yourself. You don't have these gifts and talents for no reason. Offer yourself. I wrote a gratitude list, a page and a half yesterday of all the things that happened yesterday that I was grateful for in the way of conversations, transportation, friendships, events. I was even grateful that I was able to live the life that I live and have a schedule that I can manipulate and decide on any given day what it is that I want to do and make new provisions for how I want to carry that out and really just geek out on what it is that I love without there being some other force or power that dominates and restricts that expression. This is really the world I believe in. This is really the world that I believe that each of you that are listening belong to. This is really the tribe that I talk to on a regular basis. This is really the energy that I put out there. Whether it's, small steps like your dress, how you design or decorate, what car you drive and what additions you put in it to make it special to you. And then it totally goes on a whole nother tangent when you start changing that to the places you go, the people you hang around, people you visit, things you purchase, using your currency as your voice to express what is valuable and what is not, as opposed to being in a situation where you let someone else say what the value of something is and then you buy into it. And that's a hard habit to break once you've been in it for a while, but it's definitely one worth investigating, and just seeing what you value. You can look at your bank statements and look at all the purchases and you'll see what you value. You value someone else's cooking expertise, or do you value your own? Do you value a particular type of store or chain? Maybe it's a corporate chain. Or do you value spending your money with people in your neighborhood or in your community? And just start looking at where you voice your personal likes, dislikes, and tastes, and how often you voice them. There's a restaurant here in Chicago, vegetarian restaurant, very slow vegetarian restaurant, and I don't patronize that restaurant anymore. And the ideals of the restaurant, of who is worthy, who is to be served, and who is to not be served, and in what order, and how quickly, and in what quality, is what really got me in my pet peeve mode about this place. And I said, I'm not patronizing this place. I'm done. If they want to, be that type of business, then they should only take money from people in their community. Period. If I'm not equal to the people in your community, don't serve me. Serve your people and make your entire business thrive off of just serving your people. Don't look for money outside of your people. That's how you feel. Make a living like that. And I stopped going there. And a friend of mine said, well, I still like their food, so I'm still going to go there. And I said, cool. And that's her choice. But I speak with my dollars. Doesn't matter what amount I'm spending. I speak with my dollars. And if someone is treating me less than who I know I am, either because they don't get it or they don't care, to me, that is a definite sign and symbol of a mismatch in energy, respect, integrity, and quality. And so I'm not asking anybody to do anything for me that I'm not doing for them. If I'm bringing money to help grow your establishment, which is essentially what money does, and I am having an experience that I may or may not tell my friends about, with or without any sponsorship dollars from you, then I have 2 points of power in which I can decide whether this is an experience that I want to recreate, either in other people's lives or with that particular restaurant, company, what have you. And I am choosing, based on continuing to spend money there or continuing to talk about this place and give it recognition, I am choosing 2 forms of power that can feed or starve that business from my personal standpoint. And if everyone functions in that way, then businesses have to change in order to survive. Or they have to stick true to what they believe in. And I don't see any inequality in that. I don't see any inequality in, there being a match between what the company intends and the people that it attracts. I'm not talking about what the company intends because they're greedy and they want all the money that their business can earn. I'm talking about what they intend from the standpoint of, if you feel like that, then why are you treating people like you don't care whether they come or not? Because then they stop coming. And then the next thing you know, that business closed down. It doesn't necessarily help or fix when you're trying to address a need to a community, for you to say who in the community is fit for that and who in the community is not. And I think that we have to re-examine how we vote. People think of voting as being something that happens, when there is a huge official to be elected. And they don't understand that they are the elected official in everything they participate in. Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. All these places are showing you your voting power. You can vote on whether you liked or did not like something. You can vote on whether someone is part of your tribe or whether they are not. You can vote on what was said, whether you agree or disagree. You can vote by being a part of a group or not being a part of a group. All of these senses are votes, and you have to know what your vote is. And your vote definitely should connect to whatever experience it is that you want to have. So that's all I'm going to say on that right now. I hope I didn't bore you to pieces. I know I didn't bore you to pieces. I hope you enjoyed, and leave a comment below. Let me know how you think, how you feel. I hope to give my voice some rest before my vlog tomorrow. And I wish you all the best in everything that you do today. And until we meet again, peace and namaste. Thank you for listening. Talk to you soon.